Okay, listen, in my defense, I wasn't trying to snort the pepper. I was trying to myth bust. It didn't go well, all right? All right, like, okay, here's what happened in 2018, all right? 2018, I was in 5th grade. I'm 17 now. I was 11 back then. And so what happened is that there was always this, like, rumor that, if you sniff pepper, you're gonna sneeze. And I was like, I didn't believe that for a second because I've smelled pepper all the time, and it never did that. Why would it do that? And I remember that also during this time, my computer at the time, which wasn't actually a computer, I know there's two different things, but it was like this weird like tablet laptop thing. I don't know. I'll pull up a picture of this. Not a single person knows what this is. It's like a weird device. I have no idea why these existed. There's no point in having like a laptop and a tablet be like the same thing, like where you can take off the screen. I don't know why it was like that. Anyways, during this time, it was around like near the end of the school year, near the end of 5th grade, graduating 5th grade. And so what was happening is that my mom told me that if I got, A, B honor roll, I would be able to get a new laptop. I'd get a better one. I was, because this one obviously very not efficient. It's not a very good laptop and or well, tablet or both. I don't know which one it is honestly. And so I did it, and the day we were supposed to get it, we were like kind of stalling a bit. I don't remember why, but it was probably like around like later in like 5-6 p.m. is when we were supposed to get the laptop to go to Best Buy and buy the laptop because. Does anyone even go to Best Buy anymore? Do people even care? Anyways, we were supposed to go there, and I was watching epic rap battles of history, and I was specifically I was watching the one featuring Darth Vader. If you paid attention to epic rap battles of history, if you grew up with that, you probably know what's going to happen next. No, you don't. I'm not actually going to talk about the epic rap battle of history, but basically during this time, I don't know when it started, but there was just this like weird rumor, like, oh, if you smell pepper, it'll make you sneeze, and it's like that's not true. My child mind was like that's not true. Why would you? Smelling pepper would not make you sneeze. That doesn't make any sense. I've done it like all the time, and I've done some testing myself. I did some. I went in, I smelled the little peppercorn things, and it didn't make me sneeze. I went and I smelled just the pepper grinder. It didn't make me sneeze either. My parents didn't know about this. No one knew about this actually. Not a single person. This is the first time I'm admitting this to like anybody. That no one knew that I did this. But anyways, at some point I just decided to escalate it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna take ground pepper and I'm just gonna smell it, like to see, like put it like really up close in my face and see it. Which, in hindsight, it was probably not a good idea. I didn't think about the idea that like my nose was a strong enough vacuum to suction in the ground peppercorns, the grounded peppercorns, and then I would, I'd smell pepper. And it didn't end well, like how Daedalus, he flew a little too close to the sun where it caused like his like wax wings to like melt, and then he fell into the prison, which they taught in like 2nd grade for some reason. I to this day I still don't know. There's actually a couple of things that happened in 2nd grade. I don't actually know why they did like all that, because there's some things where it's like this literally was not helpful at all. I don't know how this was helping us like develop as a person, but I was similar to Daedalus in that I put the pepper a little too close to my nose, and then I ended up just snorting like an entire. I wouldn't say line because I'm not. It's not like I'm using it like a drug, and I didn't intend to snort it. And it, it was like a pile, like a very small pile, and it was in my palm of the hand, and this was like while I was listening, or not listening, but watching the epic rap battles of history featuring Darth Vader. And so what followed through was that I get like one of the worst stuffed nose in my entire life. Here's the weird thing: it didn't really make me sneeze. Like thinking about it now, it didn't really. The entire rumor was like, oh, if you smell pepper, you'll sneeze, and it's like it didn't make me sneeze. It just like completely clogged my nose, which is way worse than sneezing. I actually would have just taken like the sneezing thing. I don't know how much I also inhaled or ingested. I don't know if I ingested it. I think I probably just like shot it out like immediately. Like I blew my I almost said I blew my load. That's not. I blew my nose immediately, like right after. I just to try and get rid of it, and then throughout the day, like my nose was now congested. It was very stuffed. And my mom, previously she had picked me up from school because it was a school day this day, and I think it was actually the last day of school. Honestly, I don't remember. It might have been like the second before, or like it might have been the day after. I don't remember the exact day, but I think it was like It was the last day of school, and like, you know, my nose was completely fine prior to this, and afterwards it messed it up for a couple hours. And so when my mom was like, "Oh yeah, you know, let's go to Best Buy and, you know, finally get you that new laptop. You know, the laptop you've been using that costed $100. You know, let's get you a better one." And she like saw like my nose was like very stuffed. And she was obviously like, why is it stuffed? What happened? Because, you know, throughout the entire day, I was completely fine. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. I wasn't trying to admit that I just snorted a line of pepper. Okay, what was I supposed to do? Anyways, the good news is that I have not snorted pepper since. This is not happening. This is not a reoccurring thing. I want to make it clear. I do not snort pepper on, like, an occasion. I wouldn't recommend it either. I advise against it. You shouldn't do that, because it would... It didn't make me sneeze. That's like the weirdest part. I still can't remember actually sneezing. I just remember it like made my nose like very congested, which wasn't a... Yeah, that wasn't fun. Maybe I did sneeze actually. I don't know. I can't remember very well. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Bye-bye.